see a black man and one man, I think of strength, black empowerment we have within, building community development. Let's continue to build our own. Let's continue to stay strong. Motivation, no matter the hate, no stopping. You just go. Listen up to Quan, John, and Queen P for giving us a voice. Speak up for what's yours and yell and make that noise. We are kings and we are queens. Melanated royalty, just getting started. Loving self, self and knowledge. Stack that wealth. Motivational motors, y'all.
For me, that's where my annoyance comes in at, because it's like you're not doing it because you admire it, you're playing around with it.
Yeah.
It's not like,
right.
Okay, for example, my cousin, she's gonna punch me in the face for this. But this happened because I had a conversation with my cousin who recently threw a Chinese themed birthday party. Right. And upon her telling me that, I was just like, like, a Chinese themed birthday party? And nobody was mad at you? Nobody called you out for that? Nothing. And she said, no, you know, the Chinese woman that owned the restaurant was dang happy that they went, that she brought the whole black family in.
Hell yeah.
A Chinese birthday party. But I was like, okay, so y'all went to a Chinese restaurant or whatever, but did y'all like, and I didn't ask her this, I'm thinking now, did they dress up as, you know, Chinese people? Did they, you know, what did they do with that? How far did that go? I don't know. We didn't get there because it became a discussion about cultural appropriation. But I do feel like there are individuals out there who want to take part in a culture because they want to learn about the culture. Like, let's say Egyptians were mad, right? If ancient Egypt was still alive, it was still around, and it was still, you know, a great empire. And you have us definitely dressing up as King Tut for Halloween, and somebody else was Cleopatra, and, you know, we was just all over the place. And we are all over the place with ancient Egypt, right?
Right.
And would that be considered cultural appropriation? Yes, right? It would be. And people who are pharaohs and all that stuff would be upset. But then you have individuals who want to learn about ancient Egypt. They admire what they have accomplished. They want to study it and all that stuff. And then it kind of takes on, it plays a big role in their lives, I should say.
Right.
Is that still cultural appropriation?
Yeah. See,
but is it bad? Yeah. There it is. Not appropriation. Is
in my opinion, culture is nothing wrong with cultural appropriation as long as the culture benefits from the appropriation. Think about what I just said. There's nothing wrong with cultural appropriation as long as the culture benefits from the appropriation. Cool, no problem. You can do what you want to do. You know what I'm saying? Right. But if somebody else is benefiting from it and getting that money or getting the kudos or getting the, you know, the pat on the back from appropriating this culture, then, you know, the black man or whoever, whatever man is getting slapped in his face. I mean, you know, like how can we place ourselves, like you was saying before? We need to place ourselves in a position where there's no way they can appropriate the culture without us benefiting from it. For real, like straight up, like word up. How do we get there? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. We need to, you know, own the record label. Own the record labels. Own the dealerships. Have our banks. Have our own schools. So we need to have. We need to own these things.
To you. That's what I'm saying. Like with Nigeria, like so, it's like people who attempt to appropriate from Nigerian cultures. Like, well, where you gonna get that stuff from? Where you getting? You're not getting it in the U.S. That stuff is imported, unless you have a Nigerian in the U.S. making it. They got a textile company there, and they're making the print. Okay, fine, but you're still getting it from the person. Right. That's a good one. I like that one.
Yeah, you got to benefit from the appropriation. If you benefit from the appropriation, there's no problem. That's called business.
Okay, question. Justin Timberlake, he is said to have appropriated the culture. There was that whole thing with Jesse Williams talking about cultural appropriation when he went and got his, I think it was a Lifetime Achievement Award, whatever. He got some BET song. And his speech was about appropriating our culture. And he wasn't having it. And Justin Timberlake went on Twitter and was like, "You are so right. I love what you said. Applause to you. Kudos, Jesse Williams." And everybody was like, "Why are you speaking? Sit down and shut up." Because he was talking about you. So my question is, do you feel like Justin Timberlake's appropriation is appropriate?
It's kind yeah, I mean, you know what? Yeah. Because it's like this. I'm gonna keep it funky. If Justin Timberlake didn't have that appropriation in him, we wouldn't know who he is.
That's true.
He wouldn't exist. He wouldn't exist. That's why I brought up that example with Larry Bird. That's what makes Larry Bird so great of a basketball player. He didn't appropriate, man, in no shape, form, or fashion. Larry Bird was a white man from Indiana. He couldn't run, he couldn't dunk, but he'll get on that floor, he'll give you 60 points without appropriating, without taking your style. This was like, this guy can't run. He can't jump. Like I said, he can't do the things that Black people are said to do gracefully. He can't do these things. Understand? And he's still dogging you.
Wow.
You got Justin Timberlake. What he could do? He could dance. I mean, I don't really know about the guy. I know about the guy, but not like that. Would you say Justin Timberlake has the dance moves of a Black person?
I think he tries. Yeah.
He tries to, but he at least tries? Okay, cool. 1, 2. What about his singing?
Yes. He has some songs that are very,
What?
Like, Black.
Okay. All right. So he is appropriating. Okay, cool.
He is, definitely. I compare him. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, no. You go ahead.
No. I want that because this is gonna go.
I wasn't gonna say nothing. Go ahead.
Okay, because it makes me compare him to Ed Sheeran.
Who?
Ed Sheeran can't dance. Oh my God, you don't know who Ed Sheeran is?
Ed Sheeran. I've heard the name.
Sheeran.
Ed Sheeran. I've heard his name.
Not Sharon. Sheeran.
Yeah. Ed Sheeran. I've heard of him. Well, give me a song.
Thinking Out Loud.
You got to sing it.
When your legs don't work like they used to before. You know the song?
I think so. Okay. All right. So how are you comparing him to Ed? How?
Okay, because Ed can't dance. He can't dance. He don't dance. Well, he did in the Thinking Out Loud video. It was adorable.
But he can't. Okay, cool.
But he can't dance like Justin Timberlake. But I compare the two because they list the same artists that they're inspired by. So they'll say Michael Jackson, Stevie Wonder. They'll have a couple of hip hop people and all mixed up in there. So they have that same thing. But I do not feel that Ed Sheeran appropriates Black culture. Just because his music is he's definitely influenced by Black artists, and you can hear it when he sings and when he does the songs. But when you look at him, he does not change anything. He is who he is. He's that little boy from wherever he's from, Europe somewhere, UK, I think.
Okay.
But his style, I'm talking about his clothes, his hair, the way he talks, the way he moves, the way he performs. He's very him. And it's like, if you look at Justin Timberlake in his early days, when he was with NSYNC and when he was kind of just doing his thing, he was the white boy. He had a little soul when he could sing, but he was the white boy. But then when he released the album with Timberland, it was all different. Now all of a sudden he wanted Michael Jackson everything, and Usher the whole song, and it was just like, what is this? So I compare the two because they're both in pop music, pop / R&B, but one is appropriate. Well, both of them, I guess, in the technical sense, are appropriating, but one is doing it like, I guess
better.
No,
Better.
I was gonna say one is putting it on, like they are choosing to appropriate and be.
One is doing it better.
Okay. I feel like Ed Sheeran, it's in him because it's who he's influenced by.
Check it. This is what was interesting about what you just said. You said Ed Sheeran can't dance or tried to. He can't dance as well as Justin Timberlake, right?
He doesn't try to dance.
Okay, all right. He doesn't try to. So he probably cannot because he doesn't do it. Probably cannot. Or maybe, I don't know. Let's say he can't. Okay. Justin can, right? It's crazy how he's appropriating because he can dance. And we associate being a good dancer with Black people. Well, and that comes from shucking and jiving their master. Basically, what I'm saying is dancing is not something that takes any type of brain power.
Right.
I'm not saying it's not an art. I'm not saying it's an art. It's not an art. I'm not saying it's not. But to be able to be a good dancer,
it's natural.
It's natural. Now, dancing isn't something that makes the world better, though. Am I right?
Yeah.
All right.
Well,
like, I mean, listen to what I'm saying. I'm not saying. That's what I said. Let me be specific. It's a feel-good thing. It's a feel-good thing, and it's an art form.
Right.
You know what I mean? But it's not. The physicist is not the engineer. It's not the mathematician. It's not the things that we would want. You don't grow. When your kid is 4, you don't say, "Hey, I want you to be a dancer." You don't say that.
Right.
If they become a great dancer, great. But you don't say that. You say, "I want you to be a doctor, a lawyer, a teacher," right? You say those things because those are the things that makes the world go round.
Right.
Period. Truth, right? Truth. So he's appropriating because he's a good dancer, and dancing is associated with the Black man. You see how all the appropriations with us are associated with things that we can do without?
Right.
Think about what I'm saying.
That's true.
All the appropriating that it's things that we could do without, that straight up, that does not make the world go around.
Right.
Superficial things,
the hair,
trivial
the
things.
clothes,
right. Oh, you're a good singer. Oh, you're a good dancer. Oh, you have a big butt. Oh, you have full lips. Oh, yeah, you know what I'm saying? Those things. We never think about it. See, I'm getting a little deeper now. we never say, "Hey, you're appropriating that this Black child is a scholar." Or you're appropriating that I live in this nice neighborhood. You're appropriating that I drive this hybrid car, as opposed to the all fuel car. You know what I'm saying? The appropriations with us are dumb shit.
Right.
Think about it. Period. So it kind of for real dethrones the whole argument.
It does.
Appropriation, it do. Think about what I'm saying, Portia. This is why I'm here. This is what Quan John put on this planet for. It throws the whole argument. When we talk about cultural appropriation, from our standpoint, it be dumb shit that they doing. It ain't no real shit.
Right.
They not hold up. They not are they appropriating our Black authors?
No.
Are they appropriating our Black physicists or our astronauts? Are they appropriating our Black great people? Are they appropriating Malcolm and Martin?
No.
Who can do that? You can't. You can't appropriate Malcolm and Martin. You can't appropriate Nelson Mandela. Impossible.
So, bottom line is appropriation don't matter because you shouldn't be mad at it anyway because they're appropriating the dumb stuff.
I tell you like this, real quick. When we try to appropriate, we try to appropriate to get better. Now, listen, think about what that said. Think about how it's twofold. It's twofold what I just said. We appropriate to try to get better. because we feel like we are not enough. Think about that. Think about what I just said. We appropriate to get better because we feel like we're not enough. And when I say get better, pay the $200,000, go to college, get a good job so I can get me a good house. We put these things as in, okay, these are the things I should reach for. So if I have to reach for these things, I have to go through their tunnels to get them. We're appropriating by going through their tunnels because we haven't been taught to use our own. We don't even have the channels to use. We have to develop our own channels to go through, so we won't have to appropriate.
Have to go through there, right? Exactly.
So we have to appropriate to get better because we feel like we're lesser. We're less. When the other cultures appropriate, they do it for fun.
Yeah, that's it.
Period.
That's it. It's for fun.
They do it for fun. They do it for fun. It's for fun.
Then.
So
and there it is.
There it is. This was a good one, though. No one, because this actually made me think.
Yeah, it was a tricky one.
Actually made me. It made me really think. Like, what is that about? It made me think. You know what? Thank your cousin for doing that Chinese party. Did they have them orange chicken wings there? Them orange chicken wings is good. I had me some orange chicken wings yesterday.
No, enjoy.
I don't care. I'm gonna eat me some Chinese chicken wings, boy. They're gonna get my $250.
Yep.
They're gonna get my $4 for the rest of my life. I don't care.
Okay.
Yo, man, for real. So thank you, Portia. I appreciate you. You know, you really opened my mind to a lot of things, and it made me think about, you know, how we live our lives day to day. You know what I'm saying? Honestly, it did. You know, for real. Right. So, yo, subscribe, share, like, y'all, all day, every day. This is Motivation Motors, baby. Quan John from Portia Mistake 100, y'all. Yeah.